I really poured my whole heart into this new batch of music, and it's one thing to kind of do it in your own cave and it's good enough to you. It's a whole other thing when you actually release it to people and have people like yourselves recognize it and celebrate it. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Y'all the bomb for this. I've been coming to the BMI Trailblazer, luncheon for years. It could almost be a decade at this point. And seeing all of these greats, it was kind of the first place that I saw Israel up close, and I saw Kimberell and Bishop Hezekiah Walker up close. It was overwhelming for me to imagine that not only do I get to come to the luncheon and be a part of that world, but to actually be honored in it is crazy. Like, just by itself, who am I? Like, what is my life right now that, they would see something in me, not just to be, counted amongst all these greats, but to kind of have a special place in the way gospel music has evolved. That's what it says to me, that when I got into this thing feeling like I was kind of just a novelty, like I was like a sideshow, like let's bring the guy with the guitar and let him scat and sing, these folky songs, to now have watched that little bit of inspiration and confidence and favor now grow to this. Man, like it's truly mind-boggling, and it's such an honor. I'm just really honored and glad to sing about the greatest subject in the world, and to do it in my way, with my language, my prayers, my friends' prayers. So the fact that it's grown to something like this is just an absolute honor. And I am forever grateful to BMI for this. All right, man, I get asked this all the time. What's my favorite song? It changes every time I get asked. It's like asking me what's my favorite kid. It really depends on the moment. I think one song that has remained in the top 3, top 5 for a long time now is a song called Situation. It's a song from maybe a couple albums back. And the reason why I love it is because one thing about Christianity sometimes is that we act really sure all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like our thing, to be really sure that God's gonna do it, He's gonna show up, He's gonna do it like this. But that song leaves a little space for God, I don't actually know what you're gonna do. The whole point is, I just want you here. If you're here in the situation, I'll be fine. I would say if you are an aspiring songwriter, find people, and hear me like when I say it, that are on your level. Now, I'm not saying that any artist is necessarily better than you or closer to God or anything like that, but if you're unsigned, find an unsigned artist. If you are just starting out, find somebody that's just starting out. Find some talent, like find that artist that can convey your song. One, is going to make it easier for maybe a bigger artist to understand what you're trying to convey and really hear the beauty and the gold in your song. But even more importantly, if you look at my life, I'm using the same songwriters, the same producers, the same musicians, the same friends that I started out with for the most part. We built this together. We decided we were going to write together, we were going to try to sing and produce together, and so you grow together. I think it's really more about reaching across to the people that are right next to you in your community and trying to make gold with them and make those big people notice.